Each week on this video, we'll give you sneaky waiver wire ads that you can pick up and add to your roster heading into week 5. I'm Alan Seslowsky of RotoWire.com along with Jeff Erickson. Jeff, who's going to be your first sneaky ad?
First guy is the guy that everybody's going to be bidding on this week. Oakland pitcher Mason Miller made his debut this week. Fireballing guy, fastball around 99. He's going to generate a ton of swing and miss. There's going to be big bids on him. And I'm here to tell you, don't bid big on him this week. Because I don't think he's going to go deep into games. He's on a bad team in the Oakland A's. I think a comically bad team. Maybe they can prove me wrong about that, but they've looked awful so far. I think he's a fine pitcher. I just don't think he's going to get a whole lot of wins. He's not going to work deep into games. He only went 4 1/3 in his debut, and I think that's emblematic of what's going to happen. I think his bullpen's going to blow a lot of his leads too. It's the problem with getting pitching prospects on bad teams. Unfortunately, we chase wins in this game. I question his durability. He missed like 5 months of the season last year with shoulder issues. I hope he stays healthy, and I hope he proves me wrong. I'll be rooting from afar and not on my roster most likely.
What do you think will be the average bid that he goes for in percentage-wise?
I think he'll go for about 10% of people's free agent budgets. I'm probably going to go around like 2.5%.
All right, who's going to be your second sneaky ad?
It is Atlanta Braves relief pitcher Nick Anderson. We've mentioned his name when he was with the Rays. We saw him be a preeminent relief pitcher for the Rays. Probably won't be a full-time closer. AJ Minter is doing a fine job while Raisel Iglesias is out. But if Iglesias has a setback, if Minter isn't available for a certain day, or they want to go with the righty, Anderson's your man. He's back. He looks every bit the pitcher he was with the Rays before his injury. I'm very excited to see him healthy again and producing.
Give us a third sneaky ad heading into week 5.
Arizona Diamondbacks Diamondbacks outfielder Pavin Smith was kind of on the outside looking in for playing time going into the season, but Jake McCarthy's really slumped. Kyle Lewis is on the IL, and also even Alec Thomas has slumped a little bit. So he's been playing more, had 2 homers in the series against St. Louis. He's earned more playing time. He's a guy that at one point in time, we kind of liked him as a prospect. Good batting eye. He just kind of fell out of favor a little bit. The problem is he's not as good a defensive player as those aforementioned outfielders, let alone Corbin Carroll. So he's got to fight and claw for that playing time. But I think he's kind of earned at least a spot there. If you're in a deep league and an in-only league, that has currency. If you're in a 15-team mixed league, that probably has currency because he's going to be on the right side of a platoon. And if McCarthy keeps slumping, keep in mind, this is not necessarily a pedigreed guy. It's not a guy that, okay, he has earned his stamp on the Diamondbacks or anything like that. No, he's got to keep fighting for that playing time. So I think Smith could cut into McCarthy's playing time farther.
What percentage of your FAAB would you put down on him to sneak him onto your roster?
We're talking 3 to 4%.
Fourth sneaky ad heading into week 5.
Yankees relief pitcher Ian Hamilton. This is a speculative ad. He has got 15 strikeouts, 4 walks, and only 10 2/3. Clay Holmes has been putting a lot of base runners on. I don't think he's necessarily at risk, but we saw Aaron Boone kind of lose patience with Holmes last year. I think that Hamilton could work his way into the picture there and maybe steal a few saves. This is a bid your minimum bid sort of type of guy because he's not in a role currently where you can always count on it. But I don't mind adding him and seeing what happens.
Since you watched this video to the end, Jeff's going to give you one bonus sneaky ad.
He hasn't been called up yet, but Matt Mervis is tearing it up in AAA. As we expected, as what he was doing in spring training, what he was doing in the fall league, what he was doing in the minors last year, he's ready to go. It's just a question of when the Cubs are going to call him up. We kind of saw this with the Mets with Brett Beatty earlier on. And you want to get ahead of this. If you have a league that allows you to pick up a player before he gets the call, do so with Matt Mervis because he's going to be up. Kind of reminds me of when Anthony Rizzo was a Cubs prospect. And there was a player in there holding a place for him, but Eric Hosmer is nothing special. He's got like a 340 slugging percentage, maybe less than that. You can't hit ground ball home runs. It's still a time honored truism there. Mervis is a guy that can really push, and with the Cubs playing well, they're going to want to get production from every spot in the order. And I don't think they can live with Hosmer too much longer. So I think Mervis is going to get the call eventually.
If you enjoy videos like this, consider hitting the like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications when we put up new video content every week. And right now you can check out RotoWire's prospect rankings and premium content for free. Just go to rotowire.com/try.